Kolkata, once a symbol of culture and vibrancy, now echoes with the pain of those who no longer feel safe in their own city. What if the place you've always called home turns into a place of fear and uncertainty? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to That's Not How We Do It Here. I'm Tara.
And I am Kiara. Today we are talking about the heartbreaking incident in Kolkata and diving into the many reasons why people are choosing to settle abroad. From safety concerns to the search for a better lifestyle. We'll also share our own experiences of finding a new sense of security far from home.
So, this incident happened around 8th of August, just a few days before our Independence Day that we celebrate in India. And a 31-year-old resident doctor was assaulted. And it's a shame for our country, it's a shame for the people living here. It is pathetic because we are celebrating Independence Day, but I don't know what freedom, what sense of security or any, I mean, I just don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me. What were we celebrating? The doctor was found in a very unimaginable state by the authorities, and the parents were informed, and they were informed in such a way that they couldn't believe what they heard. And it was, they were trying to somehow pinpoint all the blame onto the girl, and she completed a 36-hour shift, after which she was in a seminar hall and she was just resting. And this incident happened inside the hospital during her work hours. So imagine a doctor who's serving people, who's trying to cure people, and working so hard, so long, for such long hours, is just resting inside a hospital where people come to live, where people come to be healed. And the person who's healing them, such a horrible incident happening with this woman. This, she might have never even imagined that such a thing can ever happen with her, because she even had a phone call with her mother few hours back saying that, mom, I'm just going on a round, everything is fine, no need to worry. And imagine, after a few hours, this happened to her daughter. And very smartly, the institution tried to pin the blame on the girl, saying that why, what was she doing in the seminar hall so late. And very smartly, when all the protests started beginning, everything started happening, there was a mob attack. There was a mob attack, and they came and they destroyed the whole campus, they destroyed the whole area, everything was destroyed. God knows from which side, of which party, who sent them. There were hundreds of men who came and who attacked the protesters, who attacked the doctors inside the premises. They destroyed evidences, they were breaking down walls, throwing things at people. The police had to intervene, they had to use tear gas to somehow try to control it, and then they had to send them away from that area. So imagine a country that was supposed to celebrate its Independence Day a few days back, and a girl was assaulted in such a way, and she's no more with us, and her parents lost everything in that very day.
I know that this is one of the most heartbreaking and one of the most devastating news that we've heard because when I heard about it, when I saw it on social media, it was so difficult for me to accept that this has happened. And when I read about how it was happened, it was even more horrifying that where are we living? Even though we've got rules, new rules for safety for our in our country for women, but still there is somewhere the demons are living because every time you get news of some or the other state with the same news. Yeah, so this incident really, I have seen my male friends on social media posting about it, people I follow. who are of the opposite gender, even they have got disturbed by this. But the amount of disturbance that is created in a girl's mind is so major, because we think like we have to think so much before trusting somebody new, and now we have to even think before whether we should get out of our home or no. Where we are trying, I think we've celebrated 78th Independence Day this year, and after 78 years still we are struggling for women's safety, for women who are not able to get out of their house and live the way they want to, which is very normally available maybe most of the countries. So what do you think, Tara? Why is it happening?
First of all, there are a lot of aspects. First I used to feel only uneducated people who are like from these villages, who don't understand a lot of things, who only feel like, women are meant to do a certain thing. When they come across a strong lady who is independent or doing stuff for herself, they have some sort of jealousy or some sort of feeling in insecurity, in which they feel, okay, that this woman cannot be tamed, so let's show her how she can be tamed. I felt that only such people do things like this, but there are so many incidents in which I have seen doctors doing it. There are educated teachers doing it, professors doing it. So I'm like, it's not just people who are uneducated, it's people who are educated too, but with a very very pathetic mental disorder. I feel, these people cannot be even treated. No matter, even you try to punish them, they will not even, they're not going to learn. If they can go so far, they are not going to learn, no matter how much you try to teach them. I feel a lot of gender inequality plays a role in it, because now, in the olden days, like, women were at home, they were just, under their husbands or parents, doing what they say, dressing up a certain way, the way society wants them to, and not educating themselves or not working or not having a career. Now women know their worth and they are fighting for it, and they are getting educated, they are having a good career, they are wearing whatever they want to wear, they want to feel empowered, they want to be independent. So we are coming across a world where women don't need men to do things. So there are few men who are not able to accept the fact that some women can be not maybe not equal, but above them also. So when they see women like them, they start feeling a insecurity, which they call trying to be, mardangi, masculine. They feel very pathetic about themselves, so they want to show their masculinity towards these women. Then they start doing stuff like that. Also, I think women are very much objectified on social media or in movies or in any, there are these item songs. Women are called items. Why are women being objectified in such a way where women are shown like in such ways where, there's a party happening, there are women who are dancing in front of men and men are throwing money at them. And also movies like Animal and Kabir Singh, in which they show that men have the power to slap a woman, and it's okay to do that, because according to the director, if you cannot slap a woman who you love, then what's the point? So in movies and all these things, if people are going to objectify and show that, men have more power and authority over women, so some people take that seriously. Okay, if he can do, why can't we do? I feel this also plays an important role. And also, I understand that there are new laws, there are a lot of women helpline things going on. Call this, there's a women helpline, call this number, there'll be an emergency thing person or aid provided to you. All of this is there, they're trying to bring out a lot of things, but it's not helping, it's not that impactful until and unless there's a fear of getting caught and a fear of getting punished for what you do. This is not going to stop. Only if there's a fear, only then people will be like, oh my god, what if I do this and what if I get caught? Then though I'm gone only. People are doing such horrible things and walking freely. Logo, people are what? praising them. Wow. And people are also like, I don't know, some incident happened in which the um, culprits were given flower garlands, mala pehnaya ja raha tha unko. So when such things will happen, people will get more motivation rather than getting scared and being like not doing such things. I want to know like what you feel. Do you agree with what I say?
I 100% agree to what you said. And I also feel, as you said at the beginning, that gender inequality. And gender inequality happens where? At home first, right? That is where you see how the women of your home are treated and how it is like, for example, if there are children and in a household there's a boy and a girl, but the girl is not allowed with a lot of things, but the boy can do whatever he wants to do. These kind of men, when they grow up, they feel like they can do anything with the other woman, because they've seen that, okay, this woman is supposed to put in a cage, you know. And I also feel that a lot of factors affect. For example, parenting really is one of the major roles that has to play in this, in the whole country. Matlab, the whole country has to take the responsibility of personal parenting when such incidents happen, because parents and mothers and fathers and sisters are supposed to teach the men how to treat another woman, how to look at another woman, how to not to objectify women. Because no matter how much we try to be like, okay, because see, to be honest, as a girl we do enjoy item songs, but then when we see men enjoying item songs, it is a very different way. Women enjoy it in a very different way, men enjoy it in a very different way. Not all, but few. I'm not talking about item songs that are very, where there is a lot of objectifying, where there is a lot of skin show, and where there's a lot of vulgar words. I'm not talking about those. But there are certain item songs where we all enjoy. But what happens is that people are so, like, everything is so available, like adult movies and adult sites, then all of these things are so easily accessible that people who are unable to love, they go on such sites. When they see certain things that are happening to women, they feel that the monster in them, comes out, and then they feel like, okay, they can do these things, because all of these things are available. They see it, and because they have that personality. Only if their parents would have handled them with a lot of care and love and taught them in a proper way of how to do, then they would have understood, okay, this is wrong, this is right, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And they would have controlled their emotions. But people go overboard with their emotions, and then they can't and as you rightly said, that before, even I used to think that only people who are uneducated, who come from villages, or people who are not very smart or intelligent, or people who are not come from a certain class, they don't do this. But this is across class, across religions, across caste, across cities, states. You can't even think of, you cannot categorize people in that way in this situation, because men can go to whatever extent if they can't have control over their emotions. So I feel that this is something that has to happen at home first, and second of all, that it is the responsibility of the school, of the society, and of the government also, especially when in a country where people, that our country is prone to such men, which is very unfortunate. But the government has to take the responsibility and make a rule, or make a thing where they can go and educate people, no matter where they are working, even if it is like at a construction site, even if it is at a, some worker place, some college, school, everywhere, like IT companies se leke to the factories, everywhere there has to be a program compulsory every month by the government, so that people are reminded that, okay, even if you are thinking of something wrong, you better come online, because this will not be tolerated in our country, something like this. So of course every place has their own rules. Like IT company, may they have this called posh, still men will materialize, sorry, what is it, womanizing women. They will do all that bad eye thing and all of that. But uh, what happens next, you never know, because when people drink, you don't know if they're drug addict, they are alcoholic. You don't know, because in that cases the extreme character of that negative person comes out. So there are a lot of factors, but then I think this case is also linked to something else, if I'm not wrong. This case, what I have come across about this case is that the hospital is a very old hospital, and the hospital is famous for a lot of negative things that have happened before. The hospital has already many viral cases, and many students and doctors and teachers and nurses and ward boys also being disappeared for whatever reasons that we don't know. The hospital was known for something called organ trafficking or human trafficking, which is a very big thing. That, what was said is that this girl who was a victim here came to know about some ill practices, and she went and told it to the principal, and the principal did not take action, and she was very adamant about it. That is when they targeted her. And talking about the incident, the way terribly it happened to her, it doesn't seem like it is only one person involved. And also how the incident took place later, what the things happened after the incident, that is renovations and cleanings and not registering an FIR, and the principal being transferred, so many things that look very fishy and very um, unusual in this case, is even more dangerous. And also the person who's been caught for what he has done, what I came across is that this person has already had four wives or something, in which the three of his wives left him because of domestic violence. The last one died out of cancer, and he was just a helper to the police department, which is not an official. It is not something that you can claim yourself as a policeman or something. But this man used to always introduce himself as a proper West Bengal policeman. So I feel that he already knew a lot of things, because when you're involved into the investigations as a part of the team of police, to hamper evidences, how to do what not. And this person was very close to the principal as well. So this is like the backstory that I know about this incident.
Oh my God. I didn't know this. But yeah, now that you're saying it, it makes more sense, because the amount of maybe semen or whatever was collected by the forensics, it was not of a person. And it is proven that even if two, three times, or how many ever times you do it, still that much amount of will not be present. So it's a gang thing, and only one person is accused till now. So it does really sound fishy right now when you're telling me all this. It makes more sense. And just imagine a state, Kolkata, where women are praised like Durga is their god. They do Durga Puja. They have their festival. It's such a huge thing for them. Over there, a women is being treated like this is beyond my understanding. And just I think 2 days after that incident happened, somewhere, some other place, some nurse was this happened with a nurse. Then again, I think again few days back, 4-year-old kid was assaulted like this through the bus. The when kids go through bus, and there's a helper over there in the bus. So I think in Badlapur or somewhere like that, 4-year old child. Like, what is wrong with these humans? I mean, nobody should go through this, but a child, I don't understand. Let alone child, they go and do things with the corpse, a body, a non-living object, non-living thing. If they can do it with that, then I don't know, like, from where these people think, or they don't even think. It's horrible, it's pathetic. I cannot understand. And because of this, I feel, due to the amount of crime, due to the amount of such incidents that happen in India, in our country, people are wanting to settle in other countries. They want to leave India. They want to settle to other countries. They want to shift, not just because majorly, yes, safety does play a very, very important role, a major role, but there are other aspects also in other countries which might be a little bit better. So people are opting nowadays to go to abroad and settle and have a better lifestyle. And um, like I shifted from India to UAE, and when I did that, initially I was not very happy because it was a drastic change. I was not used to this fast paced life in Dubai. Everybody's very fast moving, and there's these buildings and everything is so shiny. There are people from all parts of the world living here. There are all sorts of ethnicity, all sorts of culture over here. But I used to not like it initially because I was not used to it. But then when I actually started going out on the streets, meeting people, seeing how things are going on here, it was such a different experience. Totally. People mind their own business. The safety over here, I cannot even begin with. It is so safe. I used to go walk. I used to go for walks in evening, and the area I used to go was isolated. Like there used to be like no human, but maybe anybody can walk into that place. And there used to be incidents when there are men walking, or single guy walking, or two men walking, huge men walking, and I used to never feel awkward. I used to never feel like, oh my god, what will happen with me, because the safety over here is so good. The law, the rules and regulations over here is absolutely amazing, that any women you talk to who's living in UAE will have the same opinion. They'll say that this is one of the, say, if a recent survey was done recently, and Abu Dhabi is the world's safest city, and then there's Doha in Qatar, then there is Ajman in, again, in UAE. So UAE, out of the top 5, 2 cities are from UAE, which is the world's safest cities. Why is that so? We have men here too. We have men from all sorts of background. We have rich, we have poor, we have labor class people, we have educated, uneducated people. Why is this not happening here? Because the punishments are brutal. If you go and if you complain about any small incident, immediate action is taken. Not like they're not going to keep it pending for 10, 12 years, and then they're not going to drag. They will, the security, the system, the evidences, finding whatever, however they track, everything is so quick. They immediately catch the person and immediately they take action against it, which is why such things are not happening. People over here live in fear of not committing any crime, because yeah, here the rules are so damn strict that they know that if they do anything here, they will be blacklisted, and then god knows what else will happen. Majorly Gulf countries, if you see, the rules are very strict. Even capital punishments are available for such things, for such worse crimes that people do. Capital punishments are also available in few of the Gulf countries, which is why people live in fear and they don't even think of doing anything over here. I'm sure you also feel this, that nowadays people want to move from India and settle and have a better lifestyle.
Yeah, I completely agree to what you're saying. And one of the recent surveys that I had seen, wherein people were thinking that okay, only people who are searching jobs are going abroad, or maybe the middle class people are trying to go abroad due to safety and issues. But what the recent survey said was that people are not just going abroad for that, but also for safety reasons. And a huge chunk of upper middle class family, a family which has a perfect life in India, perfect set, great income source and great source of income, multiple sources of income, are still choosing to go abroad and stay because of the safety factor, because of what they are paying the tax. They are not getting that in return. So I feel that people are very, they're ready to take the risk to go abroad and stay in any country that will make their family and their earnings and themselves safe, because the rules are so rubbish, to be honest, in our country, that there is nobody who's talking about this. It's been years that we are still protesting. We are still talking about, oh, this happened, that happened, what is the rule, what is. I remember when the Nirbhaya case happened, I was in standard 10th, and it took 10 years for that person to be hanged to death while he's confessing. While he had confessed, while the, if I am not wrong, I had seen the incident on Netflix, and I think within a week or something, the Delhi police had caught him. But it took 10 years to give that culprit the punishment, which is an insult to the girl, to the whole to the whole women out in our country, that it is taking so long to give justice to a person who's not even connected politically. If there's political connection, we understand, okay, there are money bribing and all of that things. But when there's normal person, still it's taking so much time. Then what do we expect for safety? Are we going forward or are we going backward towards, okay, women are supposed to, or is there a situation that is being built around in a country that please women be in your limits? Is that what we are trying to propagate, or is that what the government is also trying to tell us, that you're a woman, so you'll be at home so that men get opportunity? Something that happened in Afghanistan, but Afghanistan is also a country where it has a big punishment for certain incidences. But our country is always, I remember one thing, I'll tell you one incident, okay? And it's so shameful. One of my sister works in an IT company, and one of her colleagues was coming from, like, one of her foreigner colleagues was coming to India. She was a girl, she was going to come from Germany, and this person, the girl who was supposed to come for work purposes, her brother who was in Germany said, "You are not going." He literally fought with the whole family so that his sister is not allowed to come to India. And the reason he said is because it's not safe for women. I cannot allow you to go to India because haven't you heard about how they treat women? And it is something so close that it happened. I was like, oh my god, this is such a big shame on our country, that people think like this abroad, and people, where we are trying to sell this incredible India, come to India, see our country, and on what basis are we telling people to come and see our country? So I feel that yes, the shifting towards abroad is really happening fast. And I also feel that people, if they don't find safety in a country, no matter you love your country, no matter how much you love your country, but if you're not safe, then I think there's no other better option. Because you see, no matter how, no matter what profession you're in, but now if a doctor is getting into such a situation when her parents are not allowed to see her body also, there is protest going on, there's so much, like, one small family got destroyed, the whole country got disturbed, and still there's no justice. Still we are still talking about why she was sleeping here, why she was not here, why she was not there. This is the discussion that we're doing, instead of thinking, okay, what is the next punishment has to be, that has to be in our law book.
It's very easy to blame a girl every time such incidents happen. It's very sad that the women is always asked these questions and not men, and it's very easy to point fingers at the women. It has always been easy to point fingers at the women, because when someone's no more left on earth, how will she defend herself? It's easier that way, to blame it on someone who's not available on earth, to not get the answers, and maybe people are not ready for reality. So about this Nirbhaya case also, the guy, the younger one, he was 17, So the juvenile thing happened. So but he was doing something that adults are doing. He's conducting a crime which is not any child will do. He's doing something that any grown up man can do, but he's been treated as a juvenile just because he's 17, just because 1 year difference. How does it make sense if he's participated in that crime? If he's done something that pathetic or brutal to a woman that she's lost her life, why is he being treated as a juvenile? And like you said, 10 years, even after knowing who these people are, it took them 10 years to come to a conclusion and to give them that certain punishment that they deserved long back. I mean, I cannot even imagine. And also, this thing that you said, a person, your sister's colleague, one had to visit India and her brother didn't allow. If you remember, a social media influencer had come over here to visit few months back. She had come to visit India. She was a tourist in India, and the same assault happened with her. Some idiot men did this pathetic thing with her. I don't want to say the word. And she she went on social media, she went on Instagram, she conducted live sessions, she had bruises on her face, she was crying, and she had good amount of followers and all foreign international people following her. Imagine what all people already they have a perception about India. And when such things happen, when for example a person you deeply follow, or you are connected with that person on social media, knowing, or you like to watch their content, and this person is coming and speaking such things about India, you think anybody who's going to watch that would want to come and visit here? Whatever the government right now, I know I don't want to speak about this, but whatever the government is trying to show everybody, that everything is going really well, we are progressing, we are developing, it's such a great nation we are in. Oh my god, 10 years gone, now more 5 years are going to go somewhere. And they're putting this face in front of everybody that, oh my god, internationally our connections are building, and so many good things are happening, where people are fearing to come to India because people think it's not safe here. Where is the development? I mean, what? I don't understand. And also, tax that you're speaking about, again, I don't want to get into all these political things, but in Dubai or in UAE, there's no tax. That's the best. Again, one of the best things apart from safety, there's no tax. Whatever amount you earn, that is exactly the amount you get in your bank account. There is nothing reduced from you, nothing is taken by the government. Everything is in your pocket. If you earn 15,000, you get 15,000. If you earn 5,000, you get the entire 5,000. Even if you earn 50,000, the entire 50,000 will go in your account. So there is VAT, obviously, a little bit of things here when you go and purchase and buy things. That's a totally different thing. Apart from that, that's like 5% or something when you go purchase something. Apart from that, there's no tax. There is better safety. There is equality. There is. I mean, when I was in 12th standard, one of our best friends, she had visited Dubai, and I remember one very nice statement that she told, that I had gone to visit Dubai and I felt so safe over there. रात के 2:30 को I was walking with my um, sister-in-law on the road, and it felt so safe. I was walking bindas without thinking anything. And she also said, यही same चीज if I was doing in India, कोई मेरे को वैन में डाल के लेके जाता. This is the exact line she said. And I mean, it is funny, but it's also sad in some or the way or the other when you think about it. Like, imagine the amount of security she felt when she was here, and the amount of fear she has doing the same thing in India. So tax, yes, definitely. Safety, yes, definitely. And also, I feel here, um, there's a lot of liberation. There's like people mind their own business, so you don't feel judged. You don't feel like, there is someone eyeing you or put making you feel down or low. Every person is respected over here, from a laborer to a very nice businessman. Everybody has respect over here. Nobody will make you feel disrespected. So even though the uneducated people are here, people have learned to live in a better way. That is what this country is teaching people. I also know that you also have foreign experiences. I've been talking about UAE so much. I want to know your experience when you have lived out of India, the places you've lived. How is it different from India, and what you felt is better or worse comparatively?
Yeah, of course, I'd love to talk about it because I've lived in Eastern Europe, and what I've seen is that women, the rules are so strict. Like, if you, like, see, the culture is very open of Europe, right? They want to approach, they have this dating culture and all of that. But if they, whenever they ask a girl out, also, they first ask her age. If she is under 18, they run away. They don't even think of talking to that girl. That is how the strict the rules are. They will not even engage. They'll be like, okay, grow up, girl, we'll talk later, like that. And talking about nights, okay, I have been out in the night, and girls are doing night shifts, and they're just having this chilled beer in their hand, and they're walking, drinking on the street, and coming back home. It is so beautiful. I have seen girls wearing what not. I have seen girls wearing what not. Okay. Like, literally, if you ask me, I mean, I was stunned when I was looking at girls what they were wearing. But as an Indian, I was the one who's turning back and looking, what is she wearing? I never saw her a bit uncomfortable. Like, I have seen girls wearing a t-shirt and not wearing an inner inside, like a braless t-shirt. Okay. And it is not a transparent one, but something like there are things that are visible, okay. And she is in that busy metro. Women are like in this busy metro, which is so crowded, and she doesn't have to worry at all about anybody touching her here and there, and anything like going wrong. And I am just looking, it's happening in front of my eyes, and I'm just looking at how free she is to wear what she wants to. And she, I mean, when I look at such women, when I looked at such girls, okay, I'm not talking about women, girls, they're wearing what they want. And when you look at that, okay, when you look at a girl wearing something short or something very revealing in India, and they're walking on the street, you will sense a sense of um, that feeling of, oh, is it too revealing, an awkwardness. Okay, kabhi kabhi you will see that. But I did not feel that any such thought would have even crossed these girls that I saw abroad in their head. That, they would have thought, ki, why should I even think about it, because the country is so safe. Yes, safety is so good. I have seen Indian girls feeling so safe over there. Like, they are so chilled. The other version of women come out when they live in such countries. They are so happy, and they want to wear everything that they felt like. And they are like, I can wear whatever I want, and I can walk on the streets, and nobody's going to even look at me. It is a very beautiful feeling. Unfortunately, we don't have it over here, because we have to even think what we're supposed to wear at a family function, what we have to wear to an office,
Yeah.
what we have to go to meet our male friends if you have, and what you have to think when you're going in meeting your, elders or family relatives or whatever. So there is so much. If somebody comes home, okay, you need to be covered, and this and that, and so much has to be there, that all girls are only adjusting. No man is adjusting. It's only the women who are taking the dupattas, hiding their face. The ghungat culture is still active in our country. We are still thinking of, okay, she was wearing such a bad thing, or she was inviting me, kind of a thing. If these guys, okay, I've also seen another incident that happened. I was abroad, and there were guys who were eve teasing, Indian guys were eve teasing the foreigner girls. I was like so shocked. I was like, what is happening? This is such a bad incident that I saw it in front of my eyes. I was like, there was a group of Indian men. The reason I'm saying Indian is because I saw turbans and all of that, in that the Punjabi turbans and all of that. But they were Indians for sure. And they were talking in Punjabi language, some in Hindi and all of that. And the girls were just walking by and they were eve teasing those girls in the middle of the city. And it was, I was like, यहाँ पे भी आके ये कर रहे हैं लोग. मतलब what? That is what I saw over there.
This is horrible and pathetic. Like, you are doing things in your own country also, then you're going to other countries and then spoiling your country's name there also. On Instagram or places like, you'll see videos in which there might be a guy who will be going around and asking which ethnicity you would not want to date. Majority of the women I heard saying Indian. I don't want to date an Indian man. I don't want to, and they're all foreigners. Okay, they're not Indian women saying that they don't want to date Indian men. They're foreign women, and they'll and then they'll be like, which is the worst ethnicity you think according to
Hmm.
male things? And then they again said Indians and Pakistanis are what they were saying, and I was like, इनको कैसे पता? But then now you're saying, so it makes me feel कि यहाँ पे भी people are doing stuff like that. I mean, till now I've not faced anything like that here, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, if men are doing that outside of India also,
Hmm.
then it's really pathetic if they're doing that. According to a survey in
Hmm.
2023, there was a survey conducted. 400,000 Indians have migrated to OECD countries alone. Just OECD. I'm not talking about any other countries like US, European nations, Japan, South Korea, Australia. These are like few countries that are involved in the OECD ones. And 400,000 people within last year they've migrated. And also, Gulf countries are different. Gulf countries, it's always been there because of the availability of labor class people and whatever. So, and if you know about Virat and Anushka, there was a news that they are wanting to settle in UK. They're done now with everything. They want a better lifestyle. They want this paparazzi free life. They want better education. They want better lifestyles, better healthcare. All of these things they want for their kids. So they are deciding to shift to UK. This is a news, a rumor that's been spreading. So imagine big celebrities who don't have any issues economically or anything like that. They can live a lavish life they want in India. They are also opting to shift to foreign countries. So imagine what the middle class or lower middle class people might be feeling, who have no strength. They can't do anything. If something happens wrong with them also, they can't fight for it. They need money. They need, because so much corruption is there. Until and unless you give, under the table, if you don't give anything to the cops or the authorities over here, they won't do anything for you. They are acting like they're not public servants. They are acting like they're some superior power or something there, and we have to beg them to help us even if we are not in the wrong. So it is very much going on that people are shifting to other countries because of so reasons. And to be honest, my personal opinion is also that from since I've been living here since a few years now, and I don't want to go back to India no matter what. This has been my thing, that touch wood, buri nazar mat lagao logo. It's just like, yeah, I feel secure. Financially, it's not that great. I'm not saying ki financially I want to live here. No, it is hard. It's a hustle. It's not easy to survive in UAE. But apart from other things like safety, security, yesterday itself, today morning, my room air conditioner was not working. There were three men. I'm alone in the house. There were three men inside my room repairing the air conditioner, and I was not scared. That's the amount of safety I feel in this country. So that is what every woman deserve. They don't need to be thinking like, oh my god, if I open the door, what if this guy tries to come inside when I order something? Oh my god, if I go in a cab, will this guy redirect me to some other place? And I'll rather take, there's this funny thing going on. I'll rather take an auto rickshaw than a cab, because if something happens, I at least can jump out of the rickshaw. This is the mentality of the women out there, because they are living in fear. So this needs to be stopped, I feel. And the authorities should take strict actions to create fear in the minds of such criminals. Only and only then these incidents are going to stop.
I completely relate to the rickshaw thing that you said, because I am one of the persons who takes rickshaw, so that if something happens, I can jump out, and that is such a dark thing to say, honestly. So I feel that even though we are talking about it in a very normal way, it is very, very, very serious, and it's very, very, um, you know, it is such a shame actually. I feel it's such a shame that we have all the powers to make new rules, and to we need Nirbhaya type of cases, so that the teenagers are considered as, only when they are doing some heinous crime to hang them to death. No, there are people who are doing to not just women but also men, the children. So many things are happening in our country. So I think the strict rules and laws have to be there. The government has to be really, really active in all of these things, and the return of tax that the people are paying, they should get that in return. That is very, very important, because we are literally not charging less than what an European countries are charging. Then why not get those kind of services? So I feel that this incident has really disturbed a lot actually. It was so disturbing for me that I actually thought of not looking at social media for a while, because everyone was posting about it and everyone was talking about it, and it was so um, it was so low I was feeling about what might have happened, that girl, what she might have gone through. And she is a doctor. She has cleared NEET. She has studied, UG. Then she's cleared PG, and she's practicing in PG or something, if I'm not wrong. So there's so much of knowledge, patience, perseverance, thought, hard work, time, everything money, everything was invested in that particular person. She and her parents have invested in her career, in her life. She gave her best, and this is what how it ended. So I feel that it is one of the most darkest situations and incidents of our country, and this is again going to be another big, big thing in the whole wide world where people will be talking about it. And I just hope that things become fine and we are able to move, few I just hope that things become fine and we are just able to move ahead and not backwards. We really have struggled a lot. Women in our country have struggled a lot throughout ages, throughout generations, and I don't want the same thing, going again and again. I really, really, really wish that the future generation that comes in after us or something have the best and safest life ever. The incident in Kolkata is more than just a moment of sorrow. It's a symbol of the difficult choices that many Indians face today, choices that lead them to seek safer shores and better lives abroad. We've explored the reasons behind this exodus and shared personal stories that highlight both the pain of leaving and the hope for a brighter future.
As we wrap up, think about what safety and opportunity mean to you, and how they shape the decisions we all make. If this conversation resonated with you, make sure to hit the subscribe button, drop a comment about your own experiences, and follow us on Spotify and Instagram. And don't just accept things as they are, because that's not
How we do it here.